Seeing none, please record the rest of the Senate as voting aye, and the bill is passed. Senator Horn.
Thank you, Mr. President. I go to the next item, Senate Bill number 2183, and ask that the title be read.
Mr. Clerk, please read the title.
Senate Bill number 2183, bill authorizing making of homemade beer for personal, family, domestic, or household uses.
Senator Horn.
Thank you, Mr. President. An explanation of this bill is that this is a bill which allows for home brewing of non-commercial beer for personal consumption. That is a hobby that's enjoyed by about 2,000 Mississippians right now. In current law, the current law is pretty much silent on this matter. The enthusiasts who like home brewing have gone to the Department of Revenue, and they also have subsequently gone to the Attorney General's office for an opinion. According to the Attorney General, if you want to brew home beer, you can do it, but you'd have to follow the same rules and regulations as a commercial brewer. You'd have to go through the same certifications, pay the same fees, and so on and so forth. So what this bill does is mirror federal legislation that has permitted home brewing for personal consumption since the late 70s, provided there are no state laws that are contrary to it. This bill makes lawful home brewing of non-commercial beer for personal consumption free from the constraints of the Mississippi Department of Revenue's rules and regs and the red tape that commercial brewers have to go through. Current law does not distinguish between the hobbyist brewers and the commercial brewers. And what this bill does is amend an existing home brewing of wine statute, which has been in place in Mississippi since the late 30s. Under this legislation, someone who is over the age of 21 years of age would be allowed to do home brewing, but it would be limited to only wet jurisdictions where beer is currently legal. The legislation will cap the amount of home-brewed beer to 100 gallons per adult per year, and no more than 200 gallons per household per year if two or more adults live in a household. These limits mirror federal benchmarks between the hobbyist brewer and the commercial brewer. It will not, I'll also say that the bill does not upset the existing three-tier system that exists between manufacturers, distributors, and retailers, because the home brewed beer would not be available for sale. Mr. President, that's an explanation of the bill. I'd be happy to try to answer any questions.
Senator Horn, you want to make the motion to adopt the committee sub in lieu of the original bill?
Yes, sir, Mr. President. I move we adopt the committee sub in lieu of the original bill.
The motion is to adopt the committee sub in lieu of the original bill. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. The ayes have it. Now, Senator Willie Simmons, do you have a question for Senator Horn?
Yes, sir, Mr. President.
Senator Horn, do you yield for a question?
A friendly question.
It's a friendly question.
The senator yields for a friendly question, Senator Simmons.
If I live in a dry county, can I do a little home brewing?
If you live in a dry jurisdiction, you will not be allowed to home brew.
Thank you.
Senator Gandy, for what purpose do you seek recognition?
Question.
Senator Horn, do you yield for a question?
I yield for a question.
Senator Gandy, you're recognized.
Thank you, Senator Horn. 200 gallons per household.
Yes,
you have any idea how this would affect tax revenue if folks made 200 gallons of beer rather than buying 200 gallons of beer?
Right now, these 2,000 hobbyists are already making the beer. We're just making them legal. It wouldn't have any large impact on our revenue one way or the other, except that the ingredients to manufacture or to brew the beer would probably create some additional revenue. There are already, I know one here in Jackson, a place where you can buy the ingredients. It's just open. I think there may be one going up in Hattiesburg very soon.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Senator Jones, for what purpose do you seek recognition?
Friendly question, Mr. President.
Do you yield for a question, Senator Horn?
For a very friendly question, Mr. President.
You're recognized, Senator Jones.
Senator Horn.
Yes, sir.
If somebody brewed their own beer and they actually got good at it, and they had a really good product that was about 11.5 instead of the standard 4.0 that we get, can we buy that beer from them?
No. Home brewing is not available for sale, and if we pass this bill, they would not be able to sell it. They could give you all of that 11.5% if they wanted to, but they would not be able to sell it.
Thank you.
Senator Derek Simmons, for what purpose?
Friendly question, Mr. President.
You yield for a question, Senator Horn?
Yes, sir.
And Senator Horn, you said that this basically does not conflict with federal law?
No, it mirrors federal law.
And I'm curious about the 200 gallons per household. Was that in the federal law? Or
Yes, sir.
Is that, okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Any further discussion on the bill?
If not, Mr. President, I urge passage of the bill by use of the morning roll call.
Use of morning roll call has been suggested for final passage. Is there any objection? Is there any senator who wishes to be recorded as voting no? Senator Gandy, Senator Jackson, Senator Hudson, Senator Lee, Senator Wildman, Senator Fillingham, Senator Stone, Senator Browning, Senator Frazier, Senator Kenny Wayne Jones, Senator Jolly, and Senator Rita Parks would like to be recorded as voting no. Please record the rest of the senators as voting aye. And the bill is passed.